on Saturday night, we'll have the Atlantic Hockey Championship game playing for the Jack Riley Memorial Trophy. And it'll be RIT, the regular season champion, versus AIC. Very familiar foes, two of the top teams in Atlantic hockey over the last, decade, essentially. You've had, AIC with multiple appearances in the NCAA tournament in recent years. RIT, of course, famously once went to a Frozen Four as a bit of a Cinderella story. And they have a great advantage in this game in that, well, actually, I think both teams have an advantage in this game with their goaltenders. It's going to be a great goaltending matchup between these two teams. And it starts with RIT's Tommy Scarfoni, who was the goalie of the year in Atlantic hockey, had just a tremendous season, a .928 save percentage. He was outstanding in the net for RIT all season long. He's been one of the top goalies in college hockey, and he gives them a chance in every single game. And RIT had some very critical wins earlier this season, non-conference, which really does allow them, that they had a chance at one point, it seemed, to maybe even get in as an at-large a long time ago. Obviously, the way the schedule plays out, the math works out, the pairwise works out. Their only way to the NCAA tournament is now to win their conference. But just a couple of the key wins that RIT had this season that should prepare them for this. They had a win against Notre Dame this year. They had a win against New Hampshire, which was a team that was really on the cusp of doing something special this season. Beat Clarkson in a non-conference game as well. So they had some key wins outside of Atlantic hockey, but now they've really been rolling, and they went ahead and swept Niagara in the last round in the semifinals, and just really outstanding work by them to get through that. A team that can score a lot. They have Carter Wilkie, who's a guy that is one of the top players in Atlantic hockey over the last two seasons. And then they've also, gotten some major contributions from Cody Laskowski as well in a breakout season, 40 points to lead the team. Meanwhile, AIC had to get in the hard way. They went 3 games against Holy Cross in the semifinals. They end up getting in, they kind of dominated that last game. And then on top of that, this is a team that has experience. They have a few guys that have been through this process before, guys that have played in the NCAA tournament, that have played in these big games. And when you have that, you really have an opportunity to do something special, because experience really does matter here. But really where things are going to get interesting is they're rocking a freshman goalie going into this tournament. Nils Wahlstrom has been outstanding this year, a .921 save percentage in 32 appearances, 19-11-2 is his record, and just really tremendous goaltending from him throughout the tournament as well. Now, Holy Cross had a lot of offensive firepower, but AIC was really able to slow them down. They've gotten some tremendous contributions from up and down their lineup. They're led in scoring by a fifth-year player in Dustin Mans, who has 31 points in 38 games. And then John Lundy, a sophomore, has 14 goals to lead the team in that category. This is a team that's going to get shots. They're going to put pressure on Scarfoni, and it's going to be an absolute war to get out of the Atlantic hockey this year. And so the auto bid is on the line. Both of those teams have a chance, depending on how things shake out, could be the 15 seed, whichever one wins, and would more than likely play Boston University in that situation. So very fascinating. And also should note, in the season series in the CCHA, Michigan Tech is 2-1-1 against Bemidji State. And in the Atlantic Hockey Series, that one was split. Only 2 games between RIT and AIC this year, and each one won. So get ready for some outstanding hockey on FloHockey. We'll have highlights for you. We'll have analysis. We have stories and previews up on FloHockey.tv as this podcast is going out. So make sure that you are prepared for those series, because trips to the NCAA tournament are on the line.